sugar.
Jacob.
He's so sweet, he does not need sugar.
The other coffee they got there in I don't think it was coffee or something else. But I smelled it. It smelled like pepper or something. I don't know what it didn't. It smelled like coffee. Huh? So I don't know what it was. So I'd rather had a cup of tea.
Okay.
Lots of what's the thing they put in instead of coffee?
It's chicory.
It's chicory.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of chicory. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a spoonful of pepper?
Which clubs these guys play for?
Let's see if we can find that out.
Let's go to Limpopo, ask them each name of the manager, which clubs they play for. Which club?
Limpopo side.
Limpopo, there's all four of them there.
Which club?
Which club
Which
they
club
play
each
for?
plays?
I think it's in the old club, that's in the old club.
Okay.
I was up there for 2 years.
Family comes from there.
Okay. Beautiful area.
Hey Andre!
I've got two new names.
Yeah?
David Milan and Andre Nel. The whole stream.
So busy with drawings.
Ja. Last
Het probleem is hierdie hand van die knop is raak soos ys.
in je kop, ja.
Buitekant, dit is oké.
Wat ons gekocht is het Women's Nationals nie.
Nee, dit was by Bloemfontein by die meeste.
Oh, ja.
Hier was dit.
No sugar, black.
Thank you.
Nice one. Did you want?
No, I have 2 cups now, thank you.
Oh, only 2.
I guess I'm done with that. That was tough.
Everyone's like, what's my favorite drink? I'm like, it's coffee. I like about 8 cups a day. Easy.
Thank you.
Oh, well on.
People love it when you put their, even if you guys don't mention them, just put in their comment on.
Yeah.
Everyone to see.
Exactly.
They really love it. The more I do that, the more comments we get.
Aiden's walking with a spring in his step there. Yesterday was in tears. It's amazing what a wind does to you.
Yeah.
Yesterday, played against Oakley Scully's girlfriend. Josh. Scully's girlfriend. Check. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's probably from the camp.
Yeah. Next.
The nest. So he's a bit down.
He wrote on Facebook on Monday morning. Pew! Just like that. 5 years means nothing. Boom.
Wow.
Huh?
Shy.
Yeah.
I think Josh is coming to JBA next year, but we'll learn that. Thank you so much. Marble Bowling Club. That's Martin Marble Hall. Yeah. Marble Hall. Marble Hall.
Good morning here from a cloudy and cool Klerksdorp Bowling Club. Luckily, we've been kept warm by the warm hospitality from the club. And the next match and our next session. So our next match in session 8 is Namibia A playing Limpopo B. Namibia leading their section at the moment, and we're joined in commentary by the legend himself, Bobby Donnelly. Nice to have you back here after a nice tea, keeping us warm, or trying to keep ourselves warm. Nice to have you here, Bobby.
Good morning, Jacques, and the fellow viewers, particularly those viewers up in Namibia, who have been very excited to have their team down here and been live streamed as well. And to put the cherry on the cake, they are leading the section that they are in. They are leading by 1 point off Mpumalanga. Namibia have 25.5 points, and Mpumalanga have 24.5. So it's going to look like it's going to be between those two teams who win the section. So this is a big game for Namibia against Limpopo. Representing Namibia is the skip Waylon Wenzel. The third is JP Fouchier. The second is AJ Visser. And the lead is Amy Human. They are playing against Limpopo, skipped by Johannes Oosthuizen. We'll refer to him as Jandre. And the third is Jacobus Wessels. The second is his sister, Crystal Wessels. And the lead is Larissa Oosthuizen. Coming from a variety of clubs up there in Limpopo. 3 of them are playing roles out of Marble Hall Bowling Club, and the other one is playing out of Louis Trichardt. So it's good to have bowlers from all over the country gracing us with their presence in this fine tournament that we are playing at Klerksdorp Bowling Club in the Northwest.
Yeah, and the Limpopo side, I think the whole side is probably the most spirited bunch of the lot, always supporting each other. They have 3 teams here. So it's wonderful to have them here, especially like you said in the previous live stream, they weren't here last year. So it's nice to have all 20 districts for a change at the under 50s.
Yeah, certainly so, and they haven't disgraced themselves. The gentleman up there, Damien Stephans, he's really got the ball rolling there in Limpopo. Produced 3 good Limpopo sides to compete here.
Yeah, and this current side is currently looks like they're on 5th position in this section. So they've mid-range, so they've really played well. Going above some of the more favourite sides, the defending champions, Southern Free State, and as well as the Port Natal side and the Ekurhuleni side. They're above them all.
Yes, there's a very strong BGN side here, skipped by Cecil Borman. They are lying 4th in the section, but they are about 6 points behind Namibia. So if Namibia come out of this game with a win, certainly do their chances very good to reach the semi-final, which will be played tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and I think Limpopo will be motivated to also get maximum points and maybe go ahead of Cecil Borman's side. And they're playing on the rink right next door, so we'll see what's happening on that match as well.
Yeah, Limpopo currently are lying 5th in the section, which is an excellent achievement for them. There are 10 teams in each section, and only the winner will go through to the semi-final tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some wonderful semi-finals tomorrow. But there's quite a few sections that still have a lot to go before we know who's through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, if we look at the green section, It's very, very tight. There are 3 teams within 1 point of each other. Natal Inland have got 24 points, followed by BGN 23 and Border on 23. So that section is going to go down to the wire. In the yellow section, we've got CFA Matheson from Northern Cape are leading with 26.5 points, but there are 2 teams just below them on 23.5. That is Northwest Bowls and Western Province B-side, skipped by Mitch Voice. They are on 23.5, so they're not out of it either. And in the blue section, it's a 2-horse race there between Eastern Province from the side who was on our live streaming this morning, skipped by Edwin Nance. They're on 26.5, followed by Port Natal, who are half a point behind them on 26. So it's going to look like between those 2 teams to win the blue section. So it's all to play for the last 2 games there, Jacques.
Yeah, no, lots of tight games, very important. And yeah, there's 2 games, including this one left. Before we'll know who will be in the semi-finals, and you can join us tomorrow morning when we'll be streaming the semi-finals and the finals. And it's always nice to have our neighbors from Namibia joining us.
Yeah, certainly. They've doing a lot of development up there in Namibia. South Africa have just sent a team of coaches up to try and train coaches up there in Namibia. So things are happening in Africa.
Yeah, and yesterday one of the people from Namibia also spoke to me about how we do the live streaming, being interested in the equipment that we use. So they're looking at the possibilities of live streaming some of their events as well. So we'll be liaisoning with them to see how we can help them in that with what we've learned and the mistakes we've made.
I had a great opener there again from Amy. I've been looking around this week, and whenever I look at her game, you see those 2 little turquoise balls of hers are very, very close to the jack. I think she's had a great week.
Yeah, and like we said, the importance of your lead setting the tone of the match is so important, especially at this level.
She is an impressive young lady. Amy. Her nickname is Leafy. I wonder how she got that name, because she's playing with 3 boys, second, third, and skip, and maybe she's getting used to be called by that because she's drawing so well. She has played bowls for 5 years, Amy.
Yeah, and also being the national singles runner-up as one of her achievements. And then, of course, making the under-50 side from Namibia as well as one of her big achievements. And she's a kindergarten teacher, so maybe she'll be able to have these boys under control.
Yeah, she's got that stern look about her. So, those kindergarten children, they are a handful to deal with. So she doesn't take nonsense.
And we have Christelle on the mat now, Christelle Wessels. And she's drawing close. It looks like a good second shot there. Yeah, asking for the replay. That's a quite popular signal these days. It looks like the TV replay showing the box.
Right, so Namibia have got off to a good start. Both ends. Amy has drawn bowls close to the jack. JP has drawn another one. It's got quite an impressive record as JP. Well, JP did study accountancy at the University of Stellenbosch. Similar to his skip Wayland. Wayland is a chartered accountant. And that was a good effort there from Limpopo, from Jacobus, we call him Nico.
Yeah. And JP really trying, yeah. And he's not far off. I think he's just... Yeah. Jean-Ray just asking for a draw, yeah. I think it might just run through a bit, and it might be a bit wide, Bobby.
Yeah, but as we've seen the whole weekend, Jacques, on that hand there, when you go a little bit wide, it just doesn't seem to come back with weight. Right, now we've got a very interesting person skipping them here, Wayland Wenzel. Wayland Wenzel describes as the late Will Esterhuizen as his biggest influence. He's amazed by how much he achieved in bowls at a young age. Wayland did also study at Stellenbosch University, and he has become a chartered accountant. He works for the top 4 accounting firms in Windhoek.
And you mentioned that he 10 years ago he acted as a marker at the African states as well.
Yeah, certainly. Just drawn a beautiful bowl right in front of the jack. Such an easy delivery, smooth delivery, and nothing seems to faze him. Well-rounded young man. Yes, 10 years ago when the African states was in Namibia, hosted by Namibia, Wayland was there as a 17-year-old doing a lot of the marking. But he's been playing bowls since the age of 15, so he's been playing bowls for 12 years.
Yeah, and he's also represented Namibia at he's one of he's not going to represent Namibia at the World Junior Championships later on.
Very close to drawing another.
Yes.
Yep, it looks like number 2. Looks like John Ray is playing with a little bit more weight, and as we've seen throughout, it just doesn't seem to come back on that hand. So it's 2-2 Namibia. They lead 3-0 after 2 ends.
It looks as just the one.
My apologies there. It's now
but
2-0 after 2 heads to Namibia. They certainly look like they are going to dominate this game, gathering from the first 2 ends. All set up by the lead Amy.
Yeah.
Amy Human, a kindergarten teacher. And as mentioned before, she certainly has had a good tournament.
Yeah, and she mentions that she started also, like many of the the young players we have at this tournament, playing it the sport of bowl socially or in business leagues, and enjoying it, and was surprised by her dad with her first set of 000 bowls, not shortly after starting to enjoy the game. It just shows how important a business league and a social league can be for a club to gain members. And of course, the important part, Bobby, when you have a social league or something, is to have a welcoming culture for the players when they get to the venue, that they enjoy the game.
Definitely, you get a lot of the clubs who encourage that whenever there's youngsters are around. They do put them on the green, give them a bowl, let them try it out. There was two good bowls there by Limpopo, the lead Larissa Westhuizen. Not to be outdone, the Limpopo AJ Visser on an absolutely beaut. Castell Wissels, who's the sister of the third, Nico. I think he's just thrown it a little bit wide, won't bend from that. Three of the Namibia players do play from Windhoek. And the second is AJ Pfister. He plays out of Walvis Bay. So as we've seen throughout this week, the backhand going up towards the board is slightly heavier. A lot of the players have fallen into that trap by dropping short on the ditch hand. Right, on the mat we have JP Fouchier. JP Fouchier has got an impressive record. He got a gold medal at the African States in Kenya in 2019 with the pairs. I think he played with Kabos Olafir. And he also represented Namibia at the Commonwealth Games in 2002 in Birmingham. So as a young player, he's only 21 years old. He's already achieved quite a lot in his short time he's played bowls, which is 9 years. JP is very, very close. I think he's going to draw number 1. Great draw there by JP. So Nico said it is 1 and a measure. Dwaylen walking down to the mat. I think what he will try and do is to get on the outside bowl to try and turn the back bowl through to make 3. It's a nice shot for him to play on the backhand. Maybe a meter of weight. You're very close to it. I think he's played it. Well, he got a very unlucky result there. He actually turned his ball away from the head and his ball fell out. So it could be a measure for shot now. It was a great shot there by Whalen. The result just didn't go his way. So Whalen's going to play a bit more positive into that head. So he's going to play with ditch weight on the forehand. And possibly he's got the best back.
Oh, Bobby, I'm back. Quickly had to run around just sorting out the network.
Yeah, we missed you,
Looks
Jacques.
like I missed a lot of action.
Well, looks like Limpopo are holding the shot. It's I say, no, you can do what you like, but just be a bit cautious.
Very clear instructions there.
Yes. Certainly coming with a lot of weight.
Yeah, and he's
Well, he's got the jack, and I think
Yes.
he made a couple of shots. It's a great shot there by Nico. Out of the blue.
Hi, Trish Young. Good morning. Hope you're enjoying the bowls, keeping warm. Yeah, remember if you're watching this live to comment where you're watching from and who you are supporting.
On our rink next door, we've got Bowls Gauteng North B side. That is a side skipped by Cecil Borman. They are lying fourth in this section that we are in at the moment, and got off to a good start against Northern Free State. They are 9-2 up after 3 ends. The two ladies having a chat in the back there. The Namibia lead, which is Amy and Christelle from Limpopo. As they do, the ladies like to have a chat on the green, so they haven't put the score up yet. And that's a great opener there by Larissa. Certainly is putting the pressure back onto Amy. As we said earlier, Amy's had a great week so far.
Yeah, some viewers from Swakopmund.
So it was 2 shots to Limpopo. The score is 2-2 after 3 ends. So it looks like we're in for another tight game here, Jacques.
Yeah, no, and it all starts at the leads again.
Yes, and this Larissa certainly has got into the groove as well. She looks like a sportsman. Plays the ball with a lot of confidence, and looks like one of those players who seldom play short. She really gets behind that ball when she delivers.
Yeah, and I see she's a amateur wildlife photographer, so she's definitely in the right province for that.
Certainly.
Some wonderful game farms up there, including the big one.
Yes,
Kruger.
certainly.
That's a good second shot there by Amy. Oh.
And that was a great shot there from Christelle. Very cheerful, the people from Limpopo. They've all live a very relaxed life up there. And they aren't too far away. Limpopo is not too far away from Namibia, so they can call them their cousins. Probably the closest province to Namibia is Limpopo.
You could see even AJ was a bit.
Watching from a cold and wet Stellenbosch. And Colette Westhuizen watching from Marble Hall, where many of these players are coming from, and I think it's probably family of Jean-Dre. Let us know how you're related. I see he's also from Marble Hall.
Yeah, Jean-Dre does mention his mom as one of his mentors. He says his mom is a very competitive player, and they do have a very competitive family. They try and outdo each other. And his sister invited him to play social bowls the one weekend, and that's how he started playing. It seems to be a trend amongst the youngsters, families inviting each other to come and play.
Yeah, and I'm sure many of these players have invited some of their friends to come along, and that's how many of them are getting involved in the sport as well. So who knows, maybe in a year or two we'll see some of these players' friends mentioning them when they say who inspired them to start playing the game.
Certainly, a lot of the clubs around do have a Bring a Buddy Day, and that it's amazing how much leads we actually get from that by inviting new players to bowling clubs, and it just takes one good head and one good shot, and they'll be back on the green again.
Yeah, no, we all know that magical feeling when you see the ball bending to the jack and then you get hooked and then you think it's an easy game. And then the next time you bowl a wrong by.
Yeah, that's right. Brings you back.
Now it's up to the skips. And it looks like that front toucher that started off from the leads are still watching. Peter Martin watching all the way from Lovedale, Australia.
Morning, Peter. Well, the evening that you're here, I would say. It'd probably be evening time now in Australia.
Yeah, and Annette Scholes watching from Namibia all the way from Osakati.
Yeah, we know Oshakati. The men who used to do the national service used to spend some time up there in Oshakati.
That's not a very aggressive shot from a skip, being very short there.
So it's up to Whaler now to try and get the shot. He's one down.
And he's not far off.
Namibia are still holding the one. Jandre will be very, very cautious. He doesn't want to tap the shot ball. He's a couple of Namibia balls waiting behind the jack.
Yeah, Leonie van der Jeffer, Jandre.
There's a great draw there. Great draw from Jandre.
And Nico's brother-in-law and Christella's sister. I hope you're enjoying the lawn bowls. It's lovely to,
Yeah, it's very seldom does a small district like this get exposure, so it's great to have them on the TV rink and seen them doing so well. Limpopo, the whole of Limpopo province can be proud of them. A wonderful area that they do stay in.
Mike O'Connor, there's one round after this before they we have the semi-finalists. Hope you're doing well. Nice to have you on the stream again. I know you're a good supporter of our live streaming. I remember these games are available on Facebook and YouTube.
JBA are playing against Northwest this game. I think it's the Northwest B or C side, and JBA are 7-0 down after 4 ends, so it's not going well for JBA. That is the side skipped by Emma Murphy. Port Natal are 7-0 up against Free State.
And Limpopo picking up 3 on that last one. Unfortunately, Wayland just promoting one of the Limpopo balls into their head to add another one.
Yeah, so it's a good start from Limpopo. They are playing against the section leaders, Namibia, but Namibia will be feeling the pressure. Just behind them is Mpumalanga, skipped by Mikas Grech. Him and his lovely wife are playing together in that team, and it's all to play for the last 2 games. So by losing the first set, will add extra pressure on to Namibia.
Yeah, unfortunately, I see the Limpopo side is playing there on the C green, so it will be difficult to pick up the scores from there. It will be interesting to see a comparison between the two of them.
Yeah, I can actually look from here. Mikas Grech is playing on rink number 7 on the C green, which is quite a distance from us.
But we might send lovely Secha to have a look for us
yeah,
later on.
To try and keep you up to date with that score. Right, again we had a good start there by Larissa. Certainly has been quite impressive. as we said earlier, very often the game goes according to which lead dominates.
Yeah, no.
And Amy has been very impressive this week. But in this game so far, Larissa certainly has held Amy.
Oh, we've seen even in the previous game, it's small margins between which of the leads are having a better day. There's not none of the leads we had on our featured rings had really had a bad game.
Yes.
Most of them, just the one out edging the other one by a small margin. We had some amazing heads in the last game. Everything being within a mat length. Oh, that's a great return by Amy. Response to Larissa's first two bowls.
Right, so Jandre has scored Christelle on the backhand. Hopefully Christelle knows that this hand is a little bit heavier. So she has fallen into the trap like so many other bowlers have this week by playing short.
I think it's the first time they've played on that hand, so yes, it looks like she has gone a bit short on that one. AJ will be going on his forehand. Yeah, and AJ has been playing now for 10 years. I remember seeing him at the junior national tournament a few years back. Yeah, and his inspiration is of course Kabos Olivier.
Yeah, if Kabos is watching, send us a message and tell us how you're doing. We haven't heard from you for a while. I know you've been busy with your studies. Also intelligent young man, Kabos. Very good bowler. Done well internationally for Namibia. Kabos' brother is Rowan, who's playing for Northwest. So he's abandoned his home country and he's actually studying in Potch at the moment. So he decided to play for Northwest in this tournament.
Yeah, and last year AJ actually played for Northwest as well in the under-30s. All still studying here at Northwest University in Potchefstroom. So I know they were driving from their home this morning, all the Namibians staying over in Potchefstroom. Nice to have a second home base, basically.
Certainly. Yeah, Kabos also started his studies at Potch University.
Yeah, and then he moved to Stellenbosch. So
Namibia are holding 2 shots at the moment. They would need 3 to peel the set. So I think Nico has certainly committed himself. I don't think he can change his shot. He's had one go.
Yeah.
Might as well have another one.
If he does trail that jack backwards, he does have the back bowls waiting.
And he should be close. He should be very close to this. Okay, and move the jack as well. Right,
4
so
seconds.
Wayland says we are shot down, but we got 4 seconds. So he needs to turn the shot ball through to make 4. Well, the ball is certainly open now for Wayland to play the shot. There is another alternative for him to trail the jack for 3. So it's important for Jandre to get another ball in the head. This is the last end of the set. Limpopo lead by 5-2. Playing the last end of the set. It's not a bad position for Limpopo, because if Wayland does tell the Jack, at least they've got a ball there. But I think Wayland will be looking to try and turn the shot ball through. A very intelligent young man. He's a qualified chartered accountant working as a senior audit manager at a Big Four accounting firm in Windhoek. Very calm player, doesn't seem to get rattled by anything.
And also a nice smooth delivery. Might get a result anyway.
Well, he got the result. We saw a similar type of shot in our first game with somebody hit that short ball and wicked off the short ball, which means that Namibia now hold 3. With a very fortunate result there by Waylon. But I suppose that's what happens when you're on top of the log. The things go your way.
And I always say you have to be somewhere in the area to get the results. Even if the lucky shots, you have to be in some area.
Certainly, Janda is running after this ball. I just hope he's got the weight.
That could be a problem. Running up short.
Yeah, so
maybe just skirting off the mat. That second too fast.
Yes, it looked like he came flying off the mat with that last ball. So it looks like Namibia holding 2 measure for 3. Wayland has got an opportunity now to draw the third one to peel the set. So if they are holding 3, Wayland can draw for 4 to win the set. Alternatively, if it's only 2, Wayland must draw to peel the set.
He looks very calm.
I just hope he's realized that the backhand is a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the weight. I think he's fallen into the trap as well.
Will it sneak in? No, unfortunately not.
So they're going to measure for 3.
They've indicated 2. Let's see if the...
Well, there's a lot of people looking around and standing around and all very excited and all very nervous. Particularly the 2 Limpopo girls, they're looking really, really nervous.
Rather than talk about it, pull out the strings and measure.
Yep. So we've got the Limpopo third and the Namibia third there on their haunches there. And they're looking and looking and looking. Don't know which ball to measure next.
That one, that's just the 2. So
it's only 2 shots. So Limpopo win that first set by 5 shots to 4.
But Namibia would be glad they're back in the game.
Certainly.
Still early days, but you don't want to.
And then I'm sure we can send Secha for a nice long walk down to rink number C7 to see how Mpumalanga are doing. Secha, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the viewers, the listeners. Thank you.
Secha is on the marketing, the National Standing Committee for Bowl South Africa, and she's really enjoying this week, and an eye-opener for her. So we would like to send Secha on her way to go to all the way down to rink number C7 and find out what the score is with Mpumalanga. But it's right, so it's a new set. That's why Limpopo keep the jack. It's the team that wins the set takes the jack on the next set. Right, so let's see if Amy can bounce back now. She started off extremely well. Well, it just got wrecked there. I think she would have been very close. Good morning, Matthews. The next ring, BGN are playing against Northern Free State, and BGN are 10-4 up after 5 ends. So BGN won the first set. Port Natal won the first set against Southern Free State by 7-2, but the Southern Free State have picked up a 3 on the first head of the second set. So the score there is Port Natal 7, Southern Free State 5. And then the Kuruleni are playing against Northwest. The Kuruleni have won the first set, 4 shots to 2. And JBA are playing the other Northwest side. And JBA have come back into the game. They were 7-0 down. It's now 7-6. So it's a good comeback there by JBA. But in our section, we've got Namibia are leading the section. They are followed by Mpumalanga, who are half a point behind them. So those are the two games of interest in this session. We will update you with the score of the Mpumalanga game. We've sent Secha down to rink number 7, which is about half a kilometer's walk. So it'll be your daily exercise, Secha. Oh, well done to Christelle. That's 2 great bowls that she's played. 2 excellent bowls. Now we've got AJ Visser. Quite a lot of supporters in Walvis Bay watching him. And he's very close to it. Oh, he cannot believe it. It was almost impossible to get through that port with that weight. So very unlucky. Hey, Jacobus or Nico, as he is known, he's played the ditch hand and again fallen into the trap of playing short. Most of the players are playing the inside hand, and it seems to be a very true hand. Great draw there by JP, draw number 1. What was the score in the first set?
5-3.
Oh,
5 sets. Yes. Pumala was leading. Then they won the set. Then they start the first set.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, thank you, Sekha. Sekha's back, and Sekha has come to us with some news there. It's very close with Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga won the first set, 3-2. Sorry, 5-2 was that? 5-2, yes.
5-3.
5-3.
Yes. 5-3.
So it's all squeaky bum time. It's close in this game, and it's close in the Mpumalanga game. Let's see who can hold the nerve. We still have one game after this game this afternoon. That will be the 9th game. And each team plays 9 games in their section. There's 10 teams per section. So this will be the second last game of the day, of the round robin section, and then the semi-finals and finals will be played tomorrow morning. So Namibia are still holding the one shot. It's quite a tricky shot now for Jandre. I think he's going to come on the forehand this time. Hopefully he can get a bend to the shot ball. Yeah, but as we've seen so often in this game, the ditch hand catches people out. We've got to give it that extra push.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, and hopefully everybody watching the live stream by knowing they're being on, they will learn that lesson. I have to say, Bobby, I was just quickly inside the clubhouse, and they've put the game on the big screen, so everybody's sitting there enjoying us. Oh, Waylon, jou tannie wat vir jou kyk daar uit die baai, uit Walvis Baai.
Yeah, I think Waylon has got a lot of support there in Namibia. His mother started playing bowls, and that's how he started. And he does tribute at the late Paul Esterhazen. Was a good friend of his, and he looked up to Will. Will was a great player. I know Angeline as well is also a very good friend of Waylon. So Angie, send us a message, my dear. No, so that's 1-2 Namibia. So they lead by. Sorry, the score is now Peels after 6 ends, but they lead in the set by 1-0. So it's all going down to the wire. This game is very tight. The other game that's important in this section is Mpumalanga, skipped by Mikas Greg. Mikas Greg won that first set 5-3 against Eden. So a little bit short there by Amy with her first ball, Leafy. Larissa certainly got a rush of blood with that one. It really happens when there is a short bowl. instead of ignoring the bowl, the players have got the intention to not hit it and take a little bit of extra grass and extra weight to get around it, and just overdid it that time. Yeah, that's another great bowl by Amy. It's probably about 2 feet short of the jack. So it's important, Jack. Very often when the ball's in the way, they tend to change their hand. I would rather play on the hand that is true and a little bit quicker. I think it's what happened last day. They changed their hand to the backhand and they played 3 short balls and they ended up in big trouble. But rather stick to the hand that's true and everybody's playing well. That's exactly what Amy is doing. Larissa is doing now.
And she's has a good line. Just
probably just a meter through, so it's a good adjustment there from her first ball. So big AJ Fisser, he's on the mat now. He looks like a big young chap.
He's 21 years old. And he loves being in the outdoors. Going hunting.
I think when you stay in the Limpopo,
Namibia.
You certainly do spend a lot of time outdoors.
Yeah, and he also started from the corporate leagues.
Well, unfortunately, Christelle has turned another one of Amy's balls into the head. So it's probably a couple down now.
Limpopo don't want to slip and give Namibia a sniff now. They've come back to level the scores.
Yeah, very often we see playing towards the board. There's been a lot of big scores scored because it seems to me that they changed their hand, which is exactly what Christelle's going to do now. She's going to change her hand. It's good to realise his hand is heavier, but she certainly has given us a good push.
Unfortunately, just running through too much.
So it looks like Namibia are holding 4 shots. And we saw earlier on the game where JBA gave away a 7. They were forced on this ditch hand. And neither the third or the skip could get close by playing the difficult hand. And Namibia will just carry on drawing on the forehand and drawing more shots. Well, JB's decided to play the backhand.
We're joined by Protea Esme Kriya on the live stream as well, enjoying the bowls.
So JP is just under the line.
Yeah, but it is a risk on playing on that ditch hand. Like you said, being forced onto that hand now.
Yep, let's see what Nico can do. The big ball from him now. He's certainly he's given it a good push, I think.
Yes. Unfortunately, also.
Yeah, probably needed half a meter on that.
Yeah.
Well, his line was pretty good, so he just needs to adjust the weight.
Yeah. And not by much.
Oh, that's another shot. That's now 5, I think. At least 4, maybe 5.
And the pressure's on him. Let's see if Nico can do that small adjustment. Looks to be on a good line again. Will he have
no, it's just fading away. He just missed the line a little bit, so his weight was probably jack level.
Yeah.
But As we have seen, when players are under pressure playing this backhand, it's very, very difficult to
The margin of
save.
error on this backhand on this ditch hand is really difficult to. It's not forgiving.
Yeah, and very often in some of the games, this is the 6th or 7th head, we see the kill happening.
Yeah.
And it's normally going away from the board, towards the board in this direction, where players are forced on this backhand. So Wayland has dropped a little bit short there. It might be useful. Might force Genre to come inside it, which might force him to go narrow. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. He's gone narrow, and I don't think he had the weight either. So
Really being put under pressure now.
yeah, he's got 4 or 5 down. If Wayland puts another one in there, it'll be huge pressure. It could be a game changer. This head.
I don't want to give the log leaders an opportunity to go for the kill.
Well, Wayland has come through with a lot of weight,
I think he
and
might
he's
have
trailed the jack, and I think he's only holding one now,
Yeah.
or maybe 2.
Now 2 are down. So those 2 balls indicated. That's the 2 they're down. Very unlucky by Wayland, just trailing that jack.
Yeah, it's amazing the ups and downs about bowls. Last end, Wayland got a nice little rub on the short bowl, a little bit of luck, and now he got a little bit of unlucky result by trailing the jack. So Chandra's got certainly a lot of weight this time. Probably too much weight, but he might find something. Nope. So it's still 2-2 Namibia. Namibia take a 7-5 lead after 7 ends, and they are 3-0 up in the second set. Next door to us, we have BGN batting against Northern Free State. That's the BGN side, skipped by Cecil Borman. The score is 12 shots to 5, BGN. And Southern Free State have come back against Port Natal. The score is now 8-all. And Northwest take a slender lead against JBA, 9 shots to 6. And then on the end rink there, the BGN, the Seaside, they're not having it all the way this morning. This the second game. They are losing 8 shots to 1 against Sedabeng. But generally, it's been a great tournament, Jacques. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the future of South African bowls display their talents here.
Yeah, and the future looks quite bright from our angle.
Certainly, there's been a few players who really have put their hands up and impressed this weekend.
Yeah, I think even for some of the district sides, there's a few players that might have made themselves come into in consideration.
Yeah, we've seen some great teams play this morning. The EP side, skipped by Edward Nance, very, very solid side. They're going to take a lot of beating.
Yeah, and like so many sides we saw, it starts from the front, but it's a team effort. Yeah, everybody has to play their part and assist the other one when something's not happening. When your lead is struggling, your second steps up, and your third gets there.
Oh, certainly, and the other side that's really impressed so far is Northern Cape, skipped by C.P. Mathewson. However, they drew their game this morning. They peeled it, and which narrowed the gap from first and second. They were at a commanding lead in their section. They're only 3 points ahead now. The team who's lying second there is Northwest, followed by Western Province, 3 points behind.
Yeah.
So in that section, it's all to play for.
And I think Northwest will be motivated, having a home field advantage. I think they'll have lots of supporters coming through to make sure that they maybe get maximum points in the last 2 games.
Yeah, sure. Northwest have got 4 sides here. They're their home districts, and they really look smart. They've got brand new kit, brand new gear. They all look very smart, and they do have a lot of support. And Northwest have really done the district proud by hosting such a prestige event, and the members have all come out in their Klerksdorp uniforms. Plenty of support all around for Northwest. It's wonderful to see.
Yeah, and looking over, I can see Northern Cape's currently leading against Ekurhuleni, but only 8-6 the points difference there. With Northern Cape picking up the first set. I'll see if I can find the Northwest team. From Tinus van Sail. Yeah, and the tournament committee, tournament convener, Henry Peens, a man of many talents. He's also responsible for the development here in Northwest. He's putting lots of hours in coaching these youngsters.
Yeah, his granddaughter Lizandre played the first game that has been live streamed, and she certainly was one bowler for the future for the ladies. Really, very impressed with that.
Just falling short here.
Yeah, well, I was speaking to a lot of these players throughout the weekend, Jacques, and they say, it's a long weekend this weekend, and what a nice time to come and spend a long weekend away. A lot of them have brought family with, making a family occasion, and rather than sit at home the whole weekend and watch the rugby and watch the Springboks play, and they come out here in the fresh air in Klerksdorp. Spending the weekend here is wonderful.
Yeah, not many of these players get the opportunity to travel to Northwest and Klerksdorp. Not one of the key destinations on the bowling calendar. So it's nice to have Northwest being able to host this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And Klerksdorp turning 90 this year as well, so a nice birthday present for them to be able to host this tournament. Great work being done by BSA to bring these tournaments to the outer lying districts or the lesser known districts as well.
Certainly, and what's wonderful is there are 40 sides entered here, and we've had 40 sides now for about 2 or 3 weeks. And normally in a tournament of this nature, and where there's so many sides that have entered, normally you get one withdrawal or one team that can't make it, or something might happen to disrupt the plans of the tournament, but certainly not this tournament. All 40 sides arrived here on time, and it's wonderful to see. All very excited. So, Namibia are holding at least 3 shots, could be 4. Seem to be taking the grip on this game. The last time they were holding 5 when Wayland moved the jack. But again, he's holding probably 3 or 4. Wayland is running a little bit, but he's come to a good position. I think that's more or less where they wanted his ball. Thanks. Oh, it's a very good. And it would go through the little one.
I'll give you another one.
Thanks. Oh, that was a very good shot there by Jandre. He was 4 down at least. So it's, I think he's only 1 now, possibly 2. Wel, twee platte is gevat. Ek gaan nou daai sambreel skryf, ek gaan ek die kar net tot hier sit.
And I have to say the Klerksdorp club is really impressed by how they've hosted this tournament. Not
It looks like John Ray just coming up to
Yeah.
what he wants to play. It's a good shot now on the back end. He comes. John Ray has just come up to the head now to see what shot he's going to play. It is a good shot on the backhand to try and move the jack. If he does move it through, he could pick up 3.
a very long discussion here.
Now we've got the manager on the side, Damien Stefans. He's having a look as well and offering his advice. Oh, it's up to Jean-Ray now. The problem with the backhand that sometimes when you do give it a bit of grass, it doesn't bend, but he's very close.
Yeah, he's got the shot ball.
Well, he got the one out, so it looks like it's still 1 down. But there was a big opportunity for them there to try and trail the jack, so it's 1-2 Namibia. Namibia now lead 8-5 in the game, and they are 4 shots up in the set. I'm just going to go. I'll leave Jacques here for a minute, and I'll go roam around and try and find out some of the other scores that are having bearings on sections. So if you excuse me for 5 minutes, Jacques.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome. You've done a lot of work while I've been running around getting the equipment sorted out. Good start there by Amy Iman. She's 25 years old. And Larissa Oosthuizen with a good return response. I think she's still second shot, but great weight on that one. Let's see what Amy referred to as Leafy. Her bowling ambition is to represent Namibia on an international level. Really putting her hands up, playing this lead game. Most of the players sticking on that forehand, much easier and true, especially on the weight side. This backhand playing from this side is quite difficult to get your weight right. You need to just give it a little bit extra to get over this one green patch here. And the update from the other game, Mpumalanga 7 and Eden is currently on 6. Oh, what a ball there by AJ. Next door, Cecil Bormon playing a wonderful ball, trailing the jack backwards. It looks like he might be holding 4 there. That's a go, so close. A wonderful ball attempt there by Christelle Wessels. AJ switching to the backhand. Have to remember just to add a little bit more. Almost getting a slice on that one, moving it out of the way. I'm just asking for a repeat, basically, just adding a little bit more weight. Good weight on that one, just missing a line. Next door, all action. Keeps running through after each bowl. Everything changing there. But back to the action, yeah. Of JP. Great weight by JP. Just needs to adjust his line. Nico will just try to play the same shot that Christelle was playing. Trying to get onto that shot ball. Not far off. Small adjustment on the grass there, and JP will be Nico will be close. JP on the mat. He just he was on a good weight on that last one, but I think he's taken off a little bit. Yeah, like we said, it's very difficult on this ditch hand to get your weight perfect. Nico Wessels. Nice smooth delivery. Also playing out of Marble Hall. Yeah, and his main motivator is his wife. Also started playing out of the social league there at Marble Hall, so they must have a very good social league if all these players are coming out of them. Waylon, it looks like he's just putting a bit of insurance there at the back. Let's see what Jandre does here. Jandre Oosthuizen. Narrow, but he might just have the weight to get the shot he wants. Just running through it a little bit narrow. He did say it was a bit narrow when he left it, his hand. looks like Chandra's just the one down. And I think this one has totally gone off direction. So it's just the one to Namibia. So they move on to 9. Still leading this set. Oh, Limpopo picking up one there. No. Ah. No, sorry, I just missed that. Namibia was ditched the white ball. This is a very short end. It's just about 2 meters over the 23 meter mark indicated on the green. The mat has been moved up again, so they're playing around about 22, let's say 25 meters. Remember, if you're new to bowls, the jack or the white ball, the target ball, needs to be at least 23 meters from the front of the mat. Be considered a legal jack. Yeah, just running through 1 meter. I'm just struggling to get her weight right, but she's still holding 2. Nice camera angle. You can see as the ball is approaching the white ball, but running through again. Actually added a meter on that one. As you good weight here, but just playing a bit wide. But wonderful weight there. Lots of action. Looks like the players are warming up, getting a lot more vocal on all the adjoining rinks. AG looking after this one. And he's drawn the shot. Looks like Namibia might be holding at least 3, possible 4. Yes. Sekha joining me here in the commentary box. How are you enjoying watching all these youngsters in action?
I'm enjoying very, very much.
Sorry, Sekha. I just want to turn on your mic. Sekha, you say you're enjoying this bowls?
This tournament is very incredible. Whew,
Yes, lots of talent, some good bowls,
lots of talents.
and some of these youngsters really making you nervous
Oh,
with the scores being close.
I keep running around watching all of them. Then it's so they're playing good balls, all of them. This is a great tournament to watch.
Yeah, and your home district being the hosting district as well, they've really done a brilliant job.
Wonderful, great job.
The ladies here at Klerksdorp Bowling Club really making sure we're well fed, wonderful food.
They want this tournament to come back again to Northwest. The food is good, it's delicious, everything is up to standard.
Yeah, in the run up to this tournament, what was the feeling in Northwest? Did you feel a shift in the whole district, knowing that the tournament is coming, preparing for this tournament? I think the whole district is probably very happy to have this tournament, getting prepared for this one. A lot of hard work for all the clubs.
It was a very hard work for all of that, especially Klerksdorp. It was a seriously hard working for them. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of Northwest. Then I think that we are going to hold this kind of tournament again in future.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and your home club is also just down the road from here. I think you're playing at
For now, yes. For now, I'm still in Post Town, but staying in Stilfontein. Thinking to go nearer to my place, which is Klerksdorp. Then definitely I'm thinking about it because of Bosch is far for now. Well, I'm at home now.
And you also recently retired, enjoying a bit more extra time to play bowls.
No, I don't have. I was playing very, very lovely, and then having a lot of time while I was working. But when I'm home, I don't even have this time. I don't have that time. I don't know what is really happening, but I'm kind of busy all the way. I didn't even rest. I really want to go back to work so that I can play more balls.
Yeah, no, and Northwest doing a lot in the development side as well.
Yes.
With your
Yes.
youngster playing as well.
Yes.
Hope and everyone. Yeah, so it's lovely to have you. Yeah, so thanks for all your hard work here, running around, making sure we get the scores and everything. So yeah, we'll speak to you a little bit later again.
Thank you very much, Shank. Thank you a lot. Have a lovely this day. Yes, have a lovely day. Thank you.
Back to the action here. Namibia looks like they're holding a good amount of shots here. It looks like it could be maybe 3, 4, 5 that I can see from my angle. So they're leading this set at the moment. Genre is cutting off something there. But it looks like it's still maybe 3, maybe 4. They're going to have a good look. Taking out the first one. Niku. Yeah. Namibia measuring. I think there's still at least one more. That's the closest ball. That one will be in. This looks like it's just a 3 or 4. So they've won. They've ahead in this set, and they've won this set as well. So the current sets is 1-1. Overall score 13-5 after 10 ends. I remember these games are played over 15 ends, 3 sets of 5. And then there's a time limit of 2 hours 15 minutes. So I have to say we haven't had any games going that we've lost ends due to the time. Most of the games have finished well within the time. Wonderful ball there. It's a good start. Just running through about half a meter. But really putting the pressure on from the start. That's the importance of the lead. Let's see if Larissa can match that. Unfortunately running through, just adding a little bit more weight. Still cloudy, so the greens will remain the same speed. There's no real sun baking down on it. And Namibia leading the log here in their section. Yeah, wonderful ball there. Amy, referred to as Leafy, drawing another one close. It's just like Larissa has just struggled the last few ends, just giving Namibia a small advantage.
Interesting results there.
Okay. Oh, welcome back, Bobby. Did you survive your long walk in this cold weather?
Yeah, walking down to green, sea green at the bottom there. Pretty chilly there, but a lot of noise going on.
Yeah, well, I've seen that it's definitely like there's a bit more. I don't know if the players are warming themselves up to keep warm, but I saw the wind blowing down there, see, and I'm glad we're not set up at that side.
Certainly, and it's amazing when you get down to that green level, you see the players, how much noise there is actually on the green. It's wonderful to see.
No, and you've brought back lots of scores for us and some interesting results, you say?
Yes, some really interesting results.
Let's say mic on.
We go to the green section. The section was being led by Natal Inland, followed by BGN and Border. It's Josh Turner. Those are the top 3 sides. Only 1 point separated the top 3 sides. Currently, Natal Inland have got 24, BGN got 23, and Joshua Turner from Border got 23. But the results are number 2 is playing number 3 in that section. So Brendan Ferns is playing against Josh Turner, and they're having an absolute cracker of a game. Border won the first set 4-2 against BGN. In the second set, Border were 5-1 up playing the last end, and BGN picked up a 5 to win that set by 1 shot. So the current score there is 9-8 to Border with 1 set to play, so it's all going down to the wire. Natal Inland have won the first 2 sets. However, they are 6-0 down in the 3rd set. So it looks like Natal Inland will get 4 points that game. Number 2 and number 3 positions, Border and BGN, have both dropped a set now. So going into the last game, it could be 1 point difference in that section. In the yellow section, CFP and Matthewson from Northern Cape are leading the section by 3 points, and they have won the first 2 sets, so they're looking pretty good. In the second place there, we had Northwest playing against Western Province, who are lying 3rd, so 2 is playing number 3, and they are 1 set each. The current score there is 12 to Northwest and 10 to Western Province, so that's all to play for. And in the blue section, where we saw the Eastern Province side play so well this morning, are not having things going their way in the second game. They won the first set by 1 shot. However, the second set, they dropped a 5 on the last end of the skin to lose 8-3. So currently Western Province lead that game by 11 shots to 7. And then Port Natal are playing against Boerland. Port Natal won the first set 4-2, and in the second set it's currently 2-all.
There's some interesting matches, and like we've seen, that final end just before the end of the second set seems to be a real danger spot to drop multiples. So it's something that sides need to maybe concentrate on a little bit more, because we've seen that in multiple games now.
Certainly, and in the game that we are streaming now, Namibia are leading the section, and it looks like they're going to end up on 4 points in this game. But aside from Mpumalanga, Mikas Greg have won their first 2 sets as well. So that would make them level on points if they can pick up 5 there. So that means both teams will be on 30.5 points playing the last game. So it's really all to play for. Yeah, the really interesting section is the section with
The green one.
Yeah, the green section, where there's only 1 point separating the top 3 sides, but 2 are playing against 3, which is BGN are playing against Border, and they 1 set all there, only 1 shot difference in the game. And Natal Inland, who are leading the section by 1 point, won the first set 11-1 and the second set 8-5, but they dropped a 5 on the first end of the third set. So they've got a lot to do to try and win that third set.
Yeah, all to play for. This actually looks like Namibia might be holding shot.
No, I think it's Limpopo.
Limpopo's ball, that's that blue one,
Yeah.
has been promoted up.
Yeah, he promoted by mistake against.
And it's definitely getting even more chillier, Bobby.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's, unfortunately, I have to drive back to Joburg this afternoon, a little bit later on.
So you'll be taking it back to the office tomorrow.
Yes, back to the office tomorrow morning, and we've got a big week ahead of us next week, so a lot of preparation to be done.
Yeah, Wayland just playing an attacking shot there, unfortunately being tripped up by the front balls. Yeah, unfortunately, Jandre falling short again on this ditch hand. Very difficult hand to play. Limpopo picking up the 1. So they'll move on to 6. 6-13 the score currently.
JBA in their blue section, that's Emma Murphy skipping, are playing against Northwest. I think that's Northwest D side.
Yes.
We've only got 5 points so far for this tournament, but they certainly have found their range this afternoon. They are up against JBA. Both sets, they won. JBA are 14-7 down in that game. A little bit disappointment for Emma on the side today. They lost convincingly to EP this morning, and now they're down again.
Yeah,
So that'll put them out of the equation.
And if I'm looking over there, it looks like Northwest might be holding a multiple there.
Yeah, and I saw Emma have a couple of runs there and missed with both of them, so it's not going well there for JBA.
Very much unlucky.
Yeah, good start again by Amy Heeman. She's really put on the pressure this last set. So she's starting this last set. The final 5 ends in the same trend she started the last set, which they won.
Yeah, her nickname is Leafy, and I wonder where she gets that nickname from. We'll have to ask her after the game.
Yeah, I know we'll definitely have to.
She's a kindergarten teacher, but she teaches the little ones, the 3-year-olds and the 4-year-olds, and I think that's the hardest children to teach because they've got so much energy. To try and keep them quiet for a while is not easy.
Yeah. And she's drawn another good one.
Yeah, she's a very solid leader, as Amy. Played a really good game.
And she has ambitions to represent Namibia, and I think she's really putting in the work.
Yeah, certainly on her way.
Oh, just running through there, but just on that ditch hand, like we said, it's difficult. You have to get your weight control exactly right to get the bend to work for you.
Yeah, in this section now with Namibia, they are on 25.5 points, followed by Mpumalanga on 24.5 points. So it's 1 point separating the two. Mpumalanga have won their first 2 sets. So if they can get 5 points in this game, they would go to 30.5. And the maximum Namibia can get here is 4. So that will put them on 29.5 as well. So it will be level pegging going into the last game. But at this stage, Namibia have got a very big shot aggregate of plus 61. And Mpumalanga have got plus 29. So Namibia will still be leading the section going into the last game. And what is quite disappointing in that section is you got Southern Free State, who won that tournament last year. They're now lying 10th in that section, which is last.
And I'm looking over to their score. They've won 1 set, but they're down in the match against Port Natal. So it looks like it might be not another good result for them. But that's how bowls work. Your hero, you're on top 1 year, and the next year you might not do as well.
Yeah, it's quite a competitive section there. You know, the team who's lying third has got 19 points, and the team who's lying 10th has got 12 points.
Yes.
So there's not a huge difference.
No.
It's only one game, basically.
Yeah, there's some very good teams in that. We have Cecil Bormann's side currently in third, and this side we're playing, seeing on the screen, Limpopo in fifth spot.
Cecil Borman side from BGN are lying fourth in the section, but they're having a very big win against Northern Free State now. The score is 27-6, so it looks like they will get 5 points, which will push them up to 24 points. And we'll put them out of contention because it looks like we're going to have two sides on 29.5 points.
Very disappointing ball there by Nico. He's down at least 2. You don't want to be short. And he's basically one of those balls, if you asked the skip how far he was afar, he said, you're closer to the ball than I am.
Yeah, meantime, Namibia holding, it looks like 3 again, so it's just too much pressure, I think, head after head.
Yeah, and all starting from the lead.
Certainly, and certainly is a contender for man of the match. It all starts from the lead. Many of our games we have selected the lead as man of the match.
And I remember from the junior nationals, I think Amy was playing lead for their side the last time they were there.
Oh, there's a great ball there from Jean-Ray.
Yeah. So it looks like she is a specialized lead.
Yes, certainly. I think the Namibia ladies start looking at her for the senior side. I'm sure surely she won't be out of place there in the senior side.
Oh, so close.
Great effort there by Wayland.
Yeah, he's also had a wonderful game.
Yeah. He's led this team well, he's very intelligent in his calling.
And he's also a very calm person. You can see nothing flusters him when they were down in that first set.
Yep.
He just kept his team motivated, and he knew the big score will come.
Well, Jandre is just carrying a little bit of weight that time. He didn't want to move the jack, but now there's a big opportunity now for Wayland to try and turn the shot ball through for 4.
He's not happy. He says he's gone too wide. This hand is not very forgiving if you miss your lines.
Yep. And probably didn't play it with enough conviction there. I think if he could have been more positive with that last ball. But anyway, that's 1-2
Limpopo. So they'll move on to 7. It's 13-5, so it's 2 up. Limpopo. In the set.
Right, this last set is very important for Namibia because they lost the first set and they are 2 down in the third set. So that means they would drop 2 points if they lose the set, which will help Mpumalanga. That's a good effort there by Larosa. First ball, very good line. So Limpopo picked up 2 singles on the 11th and the 12th end, so they lead the set by 2 shots. And Amy dropping a little bit short there. Great draw there by Amy again. Certainly has played very well this game. It's up to Christelle to play the backhand. Again, we've seen the same mistake, when a player draws in front of the jack on that forehand. Skips immediately changing the players to the backhand, and we've seen so many balls wasted on the backhand going up, and allows the opposition just to draw more shots in on the forehand, like we've seen again this end.
Yeah, and even if you do promote that shot ball up onto the jack, it's you were that shot down anyway.
Yeah, and you'll be at a good second. Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense to change the hand just because, and that other hand is playing a lot truer than this one. It's difficult to get your weight on this one, and you can see that on both.
It just seems to be, if you miss your line slightly, it just bends away, and it's a lot heavier as well. So the players are battling on this hand. The other hand looks like a beautiful hand. The players all drawing very, very close on the forehand. So I'd rather stick to that hand, and don't try and get shot. Try and get second shot.
Yeah, no, and like you say, you're already down those shots anyway. So even if you bump onto them, what's the worst you can do?
Well, that ball is like pushed that ball into sort of a blocked position now. So it'll be interesting to see which hand they play. But it looks like Jandre is adamant he's going to keep his side on this backhand.
It looks like he's listened to us. Maybe he overheard us.
Yeah, it looks like Nico's going to play on the forehand with a... He doesn't need to play with weight. He can just draw in between those two balls, and he could even get the shot. But to play with weight, there's a lot of gaps there.
You'll probably go through them.
Yep. Now he's elected to draw, which I think is the good option.
And he's not far off.
Yeah, well, that was a very good shot, and he's sort of given himself a jack level ball to use. He might even be second shot now as well.
Yeah, he's definitely limited the damage. They were down quite a few before that last ball. JP.
Now he's got a good shot. He played the exact same ball again. If you travel the jack, you can make 3 or 4, or rest the shot ball, you make 2. Played a good one with the first, play the same line, and wait with the second. Oh, he's pretty close. Just added on a bit of weight.
Yeah.
But another positional ball there for Jandre. He can move the jack. Wayland is calling now for a positional ball at the back.
Yeah,
they've got nothing through the head at the moment.
Switching on that hand, so we'll have to make sure that he's up. But he has played this hand well. But you can see it just holds up a little bit more than...
Yeah, there's a big green patch there, and it just seems to die in that patch. And that's what happens when you do take grass. It hangs out, it doesn't bend. And if you're inside the line, it bends across the head. So John Day's got a very good shot to play now. 2 yards of weight, rest the shot ball or trail the jack for 4 or 5. If they can pick up a 4 or a 5, yeah, they're right back into the game, you know.
Yeah, no, and we've seen this last set has really sometimes brought back a side from the brink of death to win the game.
Certainly.
If we remember the Niba game where Kwa suddenly found his line and brought his side back along with his skip.
Yep, certainly. So he probably played it with, he played with enough weight,
Yeah.
but on that hand, if we do play with weight, give it an extra little bit of grass, it just won't bend. So it's got to be more direct. Just basically over the draw to move the jack by a meter. The big opportunity for him, but Wayland will try and cover that position now. He knows that if the jack does move, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, in a good position.
Yeah, very good. That'll force John Ray not to play with that much weight. So they're asking him to draw. I think it should be a positive draw. Positive draw through the head.
Yeah, maybe just with a meter of weight extra.
Certainly. Yep, he's elected to draw now, but he bumped that ball as it went. Let's see if it's going to hold on that line.
He might get lucky with this
He's
one.
very close to it.
And
He's very
drawn.
close.
Oh,
Well, that's definitely second now.
Yeah.
Well, that might even be the shot. JP
No.
says we might be shot down.
I think they'll have a good look when this last ball has been bowled.
Wayland has found the bowl and definitely made the shot. I don't know how many. It could be 2. Great shot there by Wayland.
Yeah, a quick update. I just asked one of the Niva players. They picked up 4. They got 4 points for the match. They won the match.
Okay, so Nimba, Natal Inland, who are leading the section, got 4 points. So they are looking good. They are leading section, the green section. They're going to 28 points now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens between the side who is second and third. Brendan Ferns playing against Josh Turner. We'll try and get you an update on that score now as well. We've just sent Jacques down to the sea green to find out what the score is between BGN, that's Brendan Ferns, and Josh Turner from Border. They're having a nail biter there. The last time we looked there, Border were 9 shots to 8 up going into the last set. 1 set each. So we'll try and update you now. I think they would be playing the 13th or 14th head now. We'll try and get you an update on that score. So Namibia picked up a 2 there, which means that they are peels in the set with 2 ends to go. This 1 point could be very, very crucial for Namibia. Looks hot on the heels. We have Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga are 1 point behind them. But Mpumalanga have won both sets this morning. Namibia have dropped a set. It all goes down to the last set, and We just send Jacques over quickly to go run down to the sea green and get a little bit of exercise and try and get some warmth down there.
They are waiting for a set. Like an Eden.
Yeah.
Kumanaka and Eden, they are waiting for the last set. Yes. Joburg is one by Wasa, but they are winning the game is for Mpumalanga. Then it is going to be 3-2. If they can win the last set, then it will be 4.
They won both sets. Mpumalanga won both sets.
That
Yeah, they won the second set as well.
Okay, Border is currently on 15 and BGN is on 11. Border 15, BGN 11.
Right, so going into that last set with BGN, the score is now 15-11 to Border, which means that they are
Last set 6-3, Border.
Border are 6-3 up on the last set, so it looks like Border might get a 4 points there, which will, if they get 4 points, they'll still be 1 point behind Natal Inland, and BGN will fall behind. They'll only end up on 24 points, so it will be 28, 27, and 24. So Natal Inland are still in the driving seat there. They lead the section by 1. That was a good a bowl there from Larissa. Looks like she's holding a one shot. I think this is a very crucial end. Score is 2-all in this set, and this could be a very crucial set for Namibia. They need to try and win this, otherwise there will be new log leaders. Great effort there by JP. Played the right shot, looking for the shot ball. Limpopo must just try and get another ball in the head. Morning. Have fun. That's another good draw there by
You put on your mic.
probably a meter behind the jack.
See if
I think
Ramsay
it's
mic
important
is
to
up.
try and get another ball in the head because JP certainly going for it.
What the fuck?
is taking Jack this side.
City Ruan.
So JP played a good shot there to turn the bowl, so it's up to Limpopo to try and rescue the shot back. They're very close to it.
Okay, Jock is going to join us now.
Hi, good day, guys. We're here on the roaming camera. We're just going over to the final set of this important match between Border and BGN. Really close game here. And yeah, if you all can hear me. But yeah, currently the score is 15-11 in favor of Border, and Border is leading the set. This set will determine who gets the 4 points. This stage it looks like Border has that 2 points, but will they add the extra point? So yeah, it's close by. There's just Andrew Lentz playing at the moment. I'll see if I can switch my camera around. See if I can go around to the other side. On the Limpopo side, give you an update on the score as well. It's currently Mpumalanga leading Eden 12-10 after 14 ends. Real excitement here.
Right, so sorry for the interruption there. Wayland played a good ball with his last to trail the jack. It's 1 and a measure for 2. So there is 2 to Namibia. It was a good shot there by Wayland. So that means that they take a 2-shot lead going into the final set. They lead the game by 17 shots to 7 and 2 up in the final set. I think it was a big shot there by Wayland. It's important that they do get 4 points here. Mpumalanga were 1 point behind Namibia, won their first 2 sets. We'll try and get an update on their last set as well. So if Mpumalanga do win their last set, they'll go joint level with Namibia. But Namibia have got a far greater shot aggregate this time with 1 game to play. It's going down to the wire, this section. A good opener there, again from Amy. And even a better opener from Larissa. So many times we have seen on the last head of a set, one of the lead straws right in front of the jack. Really top class bowls that we have seen here this week. And that's a very good ball from Amy. Gives the players behind her something to play towards now. Well, Jandre says don't change anything. Play exactly the same as you did last ball. Let's try and pick up a 2 to try and at least peel the set. And now she's very close again. Oh, that's 2 great bowls there. 2 great bowls from Amy. And now again we've seen when the leaders lying the shot and blocking the hand, both skips are changing their second hand to the heavier, more difficult backhand.
Yeah, Bobby, I'm back there from the bottom with some great news for the Border supporters. They've won against BGN 16-11. And also won 2 sets, so they've picked up 4 points.
Yeah, Jock, so that section makes it very interesting now because it means Natal Inland have got 28 points, followed by Border on 27. So it looks like it'll be between one of those teams that go through to the semi-final. Brendan Ferns' side will end up on 24 points, which means that he is 4 points behind the log leaders.
So they'll have to score maximum and hoping that the other sides don't score 1 point.
Yes, and hopefully Josh, and that's going to be a big task. I know we have Brendan Ferns' game to be live streamed this afternoon against Eden, so that should be quite interesting as well. But in the meantime, Limpopo are holding 3 shots.
Yeah.
For the set. So that last bowl of Christel has probably made it better now for Namibia. They now can play the forehand. All they need is a second shot. Waylon is calling his third JP to play with a yard of weight, but the best option might be to try and draw a good second on that end. Right. They are 2 up in the set, so they can afford to drop 1.
Yeah. As we know, these youngsters, they like playing the aggressive shots.
Certainly do. Oh, he's got drawing weight, I think.
No,
maybe just a little bit over it.
Oh, good.
Well, that was a very good shot there.
Got on a good result for his side. He's definitely opened up a little bit more.
Yeah, it was a great shot there by JP. He's only 1 down now. So it'll be up to Nico to try and draw close, and we haven't seen that many good shots drawn on this hand. So it's up to Nico now to try and get something close.
Jack is off the center line as well, so that means they might need to go a bit wider into this green patch.
Certainly got the weight.
Oh,
a great draw there. Absolute great draw there by Nico on a difficult hand.
It falls over almost onto the jack.
This is a big ball now from JB. JP just running a little bit through there now. This is another big ball now from Nico. If he can draw another one, it'll put huge pressure on Waylon. Very close again. Oh, that's 2 good balls from Nico. So they are holding 3 shots at this stage.
Oh,
it's up to Waylon. This morning we saw little Edwin Nance, Klein Kaptein. So many times he came in on the last end of the skin and he drew the shot.
Yeah, really frustrated the JBA side.
Yeah. He got a few little smacks from the girls there from JBA. Big friendly little smacks.
Yeah.
It was all in the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
You cannot take a
Luckily, they gave him quite a few high fives as well.
Exactly.
And there's the 2-hour bell. Oh, the end one. So, but luckily, we're on the last end, so most of the games will be.
Well, Waylon is just very close, but I think it's just might just bend away. So I don't think that is second yet. Having a long talk there now.
No, the manager, the whole team discussing what they need to do.
He's looking at a shot on the forehand. I think rather play the open hand. Maybe he wants to play the forehand to try and rest that ball, but there's a lot of traffic coming in on the forehand. Rather play the open hand and draw for 2.
Oh ja, some support for Amy. Ons kyk jou klapper jolle span, so that's probably all kindergarten kids watching this game probably as well, supporting their teacher.
I'd say he has elected to play the forehand, which is looking for the second shot there, I think the best option would have been to try and draw for 2. So it's 1 and a measure. But I'm sure Wayland will adjust from his last ball, just to adjust his line. His weight was pretty good. Certainly got a better line this time. But he's carrying a bit of weight, I think.
And it's running through. It'll be interesting if that second ball, if they're holding 2 or just 1, so they having a good look. There's a measure, so
measure for 2.
So they'll have to draw just to be sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a measure for 2, but we like it for 2, so he can draw for 3. Certainly giving it a good push. Not too much, I think.
To move the jack.
If he can rest his own ball, no. So he
I'll be
ran
hoping
through there.
That he's correct in his call.
But if Namibia lose a half a point on this set, it could make a big difference to the final tally. Having a good look at it. 8 people crouched around that head now to eagerly wait to see what the result is.
Luckily the umpire is walking past just in case as well. Seeing the importance, that's the awareness of the umpire.
So that's only 1. It's only 1. So Namibia gets 4 points. So that makes Namibia we will try and get 2 of the players from Namibia into the commentary, so if you could just bear with us for a couple of minutes while they sign the cards. We'll give a joint man of the match to Amy and to Waylon. Waylon for skipping the side so well, and for Amy for drawing so well. JP Fouchier also had a great game. Sorry? Yeah. So, draw. Draw. Oh, they were 2 up. Worrying about Mpumalanga. Okay, but we can just get those, the lead and the skip. Yeah. Waylon and Amy. Right, we're just waiting for 2 of the Namibia players to make their way up here. They're receiving all the congratulations that they do deserve. They've done extremely well this tournament. And Cecilia Fouchier, JP played extremely well. Well done. Thanks for the support. Namibia doing extremely well this tournament. They must be very proud of doing so well, and all the spectators back home in Namibia can be extremely proud of your team. Really have exceeded the expectations and done really well. Wonderful to see, and we would like to welcome into the live streaming box the lead from Namibia. That's Amy Human. And the skipper is Waylon Wenzel. They had a great one now. They got 4 points. Okay, we're just waiting for an update on that Mpumalanga score, but they did win the first 2 sets. So if they did get a 5, it would be level pegging at the top of the log between Namibia and Mpumalanga. Namibia do have a better shot aggregate at this stage, so it's all to play for in the last game. So we welcome the 2 Namibian players here. Congratulations, Amy. We made you the man of the match, coupled with your skip, who controlled the game very, very well. His shot calling, his shot selection was excellent. So congratulations to both of you. Amy, if you can just go through the game with us and tell us how you felt at playing lead.
Ja, baie dankie. Dit was baie lekker. Ek is bly dat ek die lyne kon kry, ofwel op die ene hand. En dan die gewig was so lekker. So ja, dit was 'n lekker baan en 'n lekker game.
Right, we had a lot of message for support from you, particularly from your Klerksdorp school. They were sending their messages up as well and watching you on the TV. So,
hallo maatjies.
That's great to see. And then congratulations, Waylon. It's nice to see you again. I think the last time I saw you was about 10 years ago when you were marking in the African states. So it's nice to see you again. And I see you've really done well in your career. You've become a chartered accountant, and you controlled the game exceptionally well, very calm on the green, and that's why we made you actually joint man of the match for your bowling ability. And Waylon played some great shots at the end there as well. So if you could just run us through the game, Waylon. You lost the first set, and you know it was an important game. So just tell us a bit about the game.
Yeah, after losing the first set, I think we all knew that we had to get our acts together and really, try to pick up the game again. We realized the importance of not dropping another set after the first one. I mean, we all knew what the standings looked like, heading into the game. So, but I think, especially on the front rank, they really tightened things up after the first set. And that really helped to relieve a lot of pressure. And we always had, balls in the head, and that made the shots possible. So I think the front rank did really well.
Oh, that's awesome. And we've just heard news now from Mpumalanga. They won the first 2 sets, but it looks like that they appealed the game now. So it looks like they only got 3 points, which means that you would be a point ahead of them going into the last game, and you've got a better shot aggregate. So who is your last game against?
It's Northern Free State.
Okay, so you guys are looking good to win that section if you can win the last game, but you must be feeling pretty nervous in your whole side being in this position. I don't think Namibia have been in this position for quite a while, so it's congratulations to you guys. How do you feel? Do you feel confident?
Yeah, we do feel confident, and it feels great. And heading into the last game, we are really trying to not really think about what the standings look like and just keep on doing what we've been doing the past couple of days, and I'm sure it will go well then.
All right, great. Thanks for joining us in the commentary, and good luck for this afternoon and for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Nice having you from Namibia.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Right, thank you guys.